What classes from your undergrad career have you found to be most helpful to you, both in the job that you're doing today and just your career field in general?
You know, the anatomy and physiology classes, or some of the required ones are, you know, are table stakes in terms of the knowledge that you can carry on with you later. You know, even nutrition as a veterinarian was important. The advanced, the 400 level classes, you have the option to really cater those to what your specific interests are. And I don't recall taking a bad animal science class.
Well, I'm someone who actually, if we spun the camera around, we would find that I have a bookshelf that has all of my binders from my undergraduate and graduate education. And I could tell you who took the ones that are missing and why I'm mad at them that they never gave them back. So there's a lot of, you know, I use a lot of different courses throughout, you know, my experience because of what I do, especially, of course, because I ended up in nutrition. My nutrition courses and really helped. And actually my favorite course at Michigan State was anatomy and physiology. And that typically is one of the more scary courses to most students because it's a lot of information and it's difficult. But that was when I really learned how much I liked knowing how things worked. And I remember telling someone after that I wanted to teach anatomy and physiology. And now as I teach physiology courses, I think that's cool that I figured out at 20, I really liked this. And, you know, that was actually really when I figured out how to even study well because I liked it enough to try really, really hard.
Yeah.
But I also really appreciated my production courses because they definitely, even in other species, I took swine production and sheep production. I ended up doing a lot of research with sheep and I didn't know it at the time, but it was really good. I got that. And although I grew up around pigs in Indiana, I didn't know enough. And looking back, it was really good to get the perspective of other species as well.
Yeah, I definitely have utilized the meat science classes that I took. And then again, going back to the whole overall picture of getting the experiences, I would say more so than the curriculum, just getting those experiences with the teamwork activities, having to present in your classes and things like that, that will help you go, I think, even further than just the curriculum you learned.
Yeah.
Yep. So I work in the animal health field. So a lot of what I learned in animal science, even though I'm on the business side, really helps me have the foundation to have the conversation about our products and how customers use the products and what they do in the animal. Like anatomy and physiology, use that a ton, use ruminant nutrition a ton. And then just some of the general business classes I took from a finance standpoint and knowing our customers' business from, you know, beef industry, what do break-evens look like? What is impacting their bottom line? Those would be the three areas that I focus on the most in my day-to-day job today.
I mean, in my field, I think all my animal science courses have come into play in some aspect or some time frame in my job to do some things or to be able to talk about why livestock to go to certain things, either feed, how much feed is going into a diet for either horses, cows, pigs, sheep, and even breeding, just the time cycle of livestock, how many months it takes for an animal to be born, and those procedures. So those things, and even just my statistics courses. I took quite a few statistics courses in undergrad and math courses, because I mean I was given pretty good guidance. Dr. Banks pretty much laid out my career, how, hey, if you want to be this is what you need to do. And basically, if your advisors say that, typically they are trying to lead you down the right path to be successful. So take their advice.
I would definitely say, obviously the animal science classes, just because I'm fortunate enough to work in a field where I use my degree on a daily basis. The management classes of individual species, so whether that was beef cattle management, dairy management, horse management, they all helped tremendously just to understand individual species, how to manage each type differently. and understand it from that aspect, because I work within all species of livestock and horses, and it's nice having that background and being like, oh yeah, that's what they were talking about in beef cattle management or dairy management or whatever class it was. I took reproduction with Dr. Fogwell, some of the higher level anatomy and physiology. And so when you talk about that in everyday life with a farmer, you have that background from that class you took. You may not use it every day, but you have the base knowledge in your back pocket.
And